7 or 8 years ago, I live in Baltimore, and I heard about a guy coming to Baltimore to take over the school food system for the city of Baltimore. And it's a small article, and my friend Sheila, a producer who I worked with on the film, she read this article, told me about it, and she said, wouldn't this make a great documentary film? Because she and I have worked on films before. I said, yeah, it would, but you know, this is Baltimore, and this guy's coming in from out of town to try to completely overhaul the nutrition system in the city schools. And I said to her, you know, how likely is it that he'll succeed? You know, we both live in Baltimore. And but she said, well, let's go meet him and just find out if there's any chance. And she also is sort of a fundraiser, and she said, I'll try to get some start money for this, maybe we can do it. So we went and we met this guy, just arrived in Baltimore. His name's Tony Geraci, and he lives in New Hampshire, but he had originally come from New Orleans, and he was a lifelong food enthusiast, food advocate, and chef. So he really knows his stuff, and he's also got a personality of a social activist, almost evangelical personality.
This is going to be a model that every state in this country is going to start using to feed their kids local, fresh food.
And he knew it was going to be a challenge to change a very long, kind of stagnant system. Stagnant in the economics of it, and in the policy and bureaucracy and all that stuff. So we followed him for 2 years trying to make these changes. He won some battles, he lost some battles, but the idea is very inspiring that if you can identify a problem and you can get everyone on board to sort of say, there's a problem here, and you get parents involved especially who before this didn't really know what was going on, then there's this sort of an inertia that occurs, and we saw this in Baltimore, and changes were made during that 2-year period, and still to today, 6 years later. So we made this film thinking this was a Baltimore story, maybe we'd get it on Maryland television or something. While we were filming it, Tony was so successful and so audacious that he became nationally famous. He started to be recognized by Michael Pollan, the food advocate who's in our film. He was recognized along with some other people by Michelle Obama, who was interested in child nutrition and exercise. And so we got lucky as filmmakers in the sense that while we're making the film, he becomes a national celebrity. The best news for us is that this film not only sort of went national, was shown at 20 film festivals, including the Chesapeake Film Festival, but also went eventually to Documentary Channel and public television over the next years. The best news, though, is that the film is still being used, even though it's out of date in terms of the story. The issues are kind of universal, and so now it's a wonderful bonus for the Chesapeake Film Festival to have a reprise screening of our film from 6 years ago when it was sort of brand new at the Chesapeake Film Festival. Is a wonderful gift. Yeah. And I don't see the film that much anymore, so when I see it, I'm just basically proud of it. I laugh, and I'm no longer embarrassed or self-conscious about it. It is what it is.
Is this film going to make me look fat?